Hello, my name is Alan Barzani. I'm an account executive at Parabolic Communication, and today I am presenting our findings for the possible expansion of Zojirusi American Corporation. Currently, the total assets of the corporation have reached an all-time high. As a result, the corporation has sizable funds in disposable cash and merchandise and is well positioned for growth. We propose two countries for Zojirusi international expansion. These two countries are Brazil and Argentina. Argentina and Brazil are the largest countries, economies, and two most influential powers in South America. Both are G20 countries, and Brazil is a member of BRICS, a group of 5 major emerging countries. Both countries are excellent candidates for Zojirusi's international expansion. Brazil and Argentina are both democratic republics and governed by a constitution and civil laws. Both are ranked 2 out of 7 in political freedom and civil liberties, categorized by Freedom House. They also both belong to a large variety of international organizations. Both countries are also trading partners with the US and Japan. They enjoy a strong political and bilateral economic relationship based on deep economic ties and shared interests. Brazil and Argentina are both members of the ITA and scored 46 out of 100 in judicial effectiveness, which is the global average, meaning they are somewhat effective judicially. However, when considering government integrity, Brazil ranked 94, where Argentina ranked 78 out of 176 countries on the Corruption Perception Index. And, according to Heritage Foundation for Government Integrity, Brazil and Argentina scored 51 and 47. The high rank and low score implies that both countries' public sectors are somewhat corrupt. The World Bank classifies both countries as middle-high income countries. However, Brazil's GDP is $3.2 trillion and is 3 times as high as Argentina's. Moreover, while the GDP per capita is very similar, the annual growth rate of Brazil is 5 times that of Argentina's. While both countries have the same trade partners, Brazil surpasses Argentina in imports and exports. Argentina and Brazil are also both very similar with their business climate. The 2020 World Bank report, Doing Business 2020, compared 10 indicators for starting business in 190 countries. According to the report, both countries have similar ranks and overall scores. Brazil ranked 124 and Argentina 126, and both scored 59 out of a total of 100 points. When compared by starting business indicators, the data shows that it will be a little bit easier and faster to start a business in Brazil compared to Argentina. When comparing consumer profiles, Brazil has a significantly larger and younger population. In both countries, the majority of the population lives in major cities. As mentioned before, Brazil has a higher GDP annual growth rate, while Argentina has a higher GDP per capita and average monthly salary. However, Brazil's private consumption expenditure is 3 times that of Argentina's. In Brazil and Argentina, 71 and 80% of the population use social media respectively. However, due to Brazil's larger population size, there are more than 5 times as many social media users there. Additionally, Brazil has the #1 e-commerce in all of South America, and last year consumers spent $16.8 billion on online products. It's important to note that consumers in Argentina prefer national brands and repair household appliances rather than replace them. Brazil has a lower risk compared to Argentina. Brazil's higher rating is attributed to the fact that while the political climate has remained tense since 2011, the economy is well prepared to operate in an intermittent mode. On the other hand, Argentina has a high fiscal deficit, skyrocketing inflation, and infrastructure bottlenecks. When comparing the two chosen countries, we recommend Brazil for international expansion because it surpasses Argentina in several characteristics. While both countries had corruption scandals, Brazil is more politically stable than Argentina. with higher currency inflation. Also, the Argentinian government controls the prices and has a higher tax rate. Brazil's economy is triple the size of Argentina's, and its annual growth rate is 5 times that of Argentina's. The population of Brazil is 5 times bigger and is also younger than the population in Argentina. While both countries value brand reputation and popularity, consumers in Argentina prefer national brands and to repair their home appliances rather than replace them. Brazil has 150.5 million social media users compared to Argentina's 36.3 million. While both countries have established e-commerce, Brazil's e-commerce is ranked number 1 in South America and number 10 globally. When expanding into either country, we recommend the following entry strategies. Employ consultants to help establish businesses. Partnering and forming joint ventures with well-established local companies. Focusing on markets in major metropolitan areas, such as Buenos Aires and Argentinos, and Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Concentrate on e-commerce and use social media for communication and marketing campaigns. I appreciate your attention and will be happy to answer any questions you may have.